Mr. President, Mr. President, you said that you have spoken to President Xi. When did that happen? China says it hasn't happened.
I spoke to him numerous times. So we're leaving and going to Rome, where we'll be attending the funeral of Pope Francis. Some of you are going to go. Anybody going? And it's going to be very interesting. We're going to meet with a lot of the foreign leaders. They want to meet. Trade deals are going very well. I think Russia and Ukraine, I think they're coming along. We hope. It's very fragile. And Iran, I think, is going very well. We'll see what happens. We're working on plenty of things that shouldn't be worked on because none of this stuff should have happened. This should have been taken place by Biden. It should have been fixed by Biden, but he couldn't do it, nor could he come close to doing. So anyway, we're going to Rome to pay our respects, and we'll be leaving that same day. We'll be coming back home tomorrow night. And I'll see some of you over there. Otherwise, I'll see you on television.
Meeting this morning. You said you spoke with President Xi. Have you spoken to him since the tariffs? When did you last
I don't want to comment on that, but I've spoken to him many times. Yeah. From Japan? From Japan, I'm getting along very well with Japan. We're very close to a deal.
Sir, will you be meeting with the
I'll be meeting with the Italian. Yes. Your Prime Minister?
the Prime Minister?
Oh, it's possible.
How would you, my first lady, remember Pope Francis, sir? How would you do first?
Very well. Good man. He loved the world, actually. And he was just a good man. I met him twice. I thought he was a fantastic kind of a guy.
Time magazine that President Xi called you. When did that happen and what did you discuss?
I'll let you know at the appropriate time. Let's see if we can make a deal.
The Witkoff Putin meeting. Any updates on the Witkoff Putin meeting, sir? The meeting right now. What do you hope to transpire?
They're meeting with Putin right now as we speak. And we have a lot of things going on. And I think in the end, we're going to end up with a lot of good deals, including tariff deals and trade deals. We're going to make our country rich. So we're going to try and get out of war so that we can save 5,000 people a week. And that's what my aim is. I want to save 5,000 young men. They happen to be mostly Ukrainian, Russian. 5,000 young Ukrainian and Russian men. And that's a big honor if I can do it. I think we're pretty close.
At least 12 states.
No deadline. I just want to do it as fast as possible. What?
At least 12 states have sued over your tariff plan. What do you think of those who voted for you?
I think the tariff plan is doing very well. We're resetting the table. We're going to make our country very rich. Very, very rich. It's already happening. Thank you very much.
Trump mentions having spoken with President Xi of China multiple times, highlighting that progress is being made in negotiations, particularly with Russia and Ukraine. This suggests that the U.S. is in talks with China regarding geopolitical matters, including trade and possibly security concerns. Trump expresses admiration for Pope Francis, calling him a good man who truly cares about the world. Trump is attending the Pope's funeral in Rome, which indicates a personal and diplomatic respect for the Catholic leader. He mentions meeting with Italian leaders, including the Prime Minister of Italy, and expresses optimism about the US's relationship with Japan, which he describes as very close to a deal. This points to ongoing negotiations involving U.S. economic and security interests in Europe and Asia. Trump focuses on the U.S.'s pursuit of beneficial trade deals, particularly regarding tariffs and trade agreements with other countries. He stresses the importance of making the U.S. wealthier through these agreements. There is a mention of working on favorable tax agreements, likely aimed at creating conditions for greater economic growth and prosperity in the U.S. Trump mentions his goal of avoiding war, with a specific focus on saving lives, particularly referring to 5,000 young people from Ukraine and Russia. The mention of Ukraine and Russia suggests that he is focused on the conflict between these two countries, likely with an aim to de-escalate tensions or resolve issues diplomatically. The reference to saving 5,000 young people from Ukraine and Russia underscores a humanitarian angle, where Trump's diplomatic efforts are tied to protecting lives amid ongoing global conflicts. Trump's discussions reflect his focus on active diplomacy with world leaders. His personal connection with Pope Francis and close relations with China and Japan underscore his administration's commitment to managing global alliances. The emphasis on trade deals and taxes reflects Trump's America First agenda, prioritizing U.S. economic interests and seeking to strengthen the country's position in the global economy. His focus on making the U.S. richer through trade deals aligns with his broader economic policies. His comments on avoiding war and saving lives in Ukraine and Russia suggest a focus on reducing conflict while also addressing the humanitarian aspects of global tensions. It highlights his desire to balance diplomacy with compassion. The overarching tone is one of optimism. Trump presents himself as a leader capable of achieving great things for the country, focusing on wealth generation and peacekeeping. The U.S. under Trump engaged in direct talks with many world leaders, including Xi Jinping of China, Vladimir Putin of Russia, and leaders across Europe. His focus on securing favorable trade deals was a central aspect of his foreign policy. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine, particularly the tensions between Russia and Ukraine, was a major issue during Trump's presidency. His rhetoric about de-escalating this conflict and saving lives ties into broader efforts for conflict resolution. The mention of Pope Francis' funeral illustrates Trump's engagement with global religious figures, which was part of his broader diplomatic outreach. His admiration for the Pope adds a personal touch to his international relations. Trump's repeated emphasis on making America wealthy ties into his broader economic agenda, which included renegotiating trade deals, imposing tariffs, and lowering taxes to stimulate economic growth. This conversation reflects Trump's blend of diplomatic, economic, and humanitarian priorities. He focuses on international relationships, economic prosperity, and a desire to avoid conflicts while protecting lives. The tone of the discussion reveals his belief in U.S. leadership and the potential for significant global influence through strategic diplomacy and trade deals.